Disomimba, a Maranatha youngest of 10 siblings. Born in Iligan City, native of Lanao del Sur. I was named by my father after the famous Indian leader Indira Gandhi. And later on, Fatima was added as my Muslim name. To affirm my religious commitment, I went to Hajj 2 times.
Wow.
I grew up in a political family where public service is the heart of our lives. My late father, Datu Palawan, was the first elected mayor of our town in 1960. The Islamic municipality of Tambaran, Lanao del Sur, a former vice governor for 6 years, and reverted to mayor up to his untimely demise. My mother, the late Bay Norani, dedicated all her life raising us in a very modest way amidst the complexities of a typical political family. She managed her time both for us and in support to the advocacies of my father as a public servant. Both of my parents came from families with traditional royalty lineage. My father was the Datu Akabugatan of Masiu, and my mother holds the title of Bayani of Masiu. My brother Sultan Datu Tupaan maintained a royalty stature, being the chairperson of the 16 royal houses of Lanao, with the title Sultan of Masiu. Datu Palawan is a strong-willed leader who believed that education is the foundation of a progressive society. Our town received a recognition as one of the 10 outstanding municipalities in the country during the Marcos era. Bay Norani is a classic exemplar of a dedicated public servant. She was instrumental in the donation of some of our real estate properties for the establishment of educational institutions, notably at the 2 national high schools and numerous elementary and Arabic schools in our town. I was schooled at the Mindanao State University Integrated Laboratory School during my elementary years, and with the Science Training Center of the university during my high school. I took up BS in Computer Science at MSU Iligan Institute of Technology. My stint with the said institution was cut short after an arranged marriage where I decided to leave home. For a time, I had been to places to hide. Eventually, I ended up in Marbel, South Cotabato to finish my studies as a working student and with the help of few generous and loyal friends. The name Faith came into realization to hide my true identity. I graduated at Notre Dame of Marbel University in 1995 with a degree of BS in Computer Science. During the days of being away from home, I have had several foster families who helped me through. My experience has taught me lessons on the simplicities and complexities of life. This opened my mind and interest to help others. The untimely demise of 3 selfless servants, my mother and 2 brothers-in-law, made me realize the value of touching others' lives. This awakened my desire to serve and pursue BS Nursing at Mindanao Medical Foundation, of which I graduated and passed the board exam in 2009. In 2007, an outreach program in a small community in Malagamot, Panacan, Davao City paved the way towards my journey in touching lives. Then I got connected with a former classmate who administers the Agape House Ministries of Puhada Orphanage in Mati, where I involved myself providing provisions for the orphans, sponsoring feeding and hygiene programs for the children of underprivileged communities adopted by Agape. It started with more or less 100 children from 5 different communities, which grew into 8 communities with almost 400 children up to the present. Extended support to the advocacies of various orphanages in Davao City. I participated in various humanitarian efforts in coordination with different government agencies and NGOs, to name a few: Typhoon Sendong, Typhoon Pablo, Typhoon Yolanda, Bohol earthquake, Isla Verde fire, and the aftermath of the Zamboanga siege, which was the most unforgettable journey in all my humanitarian missions, where I have to endure rough seas aboard a Coast Guard vessel from General Santos City to Zamboanga City, aside from being the only female passenger among the 65 persons on board. An advocate of House of Hope, I am now an officer of the Davao Children Cancer Fund Incorporated, supporting the Kids of Hope. They are the children with cancer at the House of Hope and the SPMC Children Cancer and Blood Diseases Unit. Currently, I am designated as the Club Secretary of Kota International of Davao City and a member of Rotary Club of Alimaling Davao. Both are international humanitarian organizations. I complement my humanitarian efforts with various sports and hobbies. I am a shooter, a club secretary of Mindanao Defensive Shooters Association, and has been through a lot of competitions.
I will be your friend.
Into mountain trekking, and has been to Mount Apo, Mount Amiditan, Mount Pinatubo. A certified body open water scuba diver.
Wow! And now you're best friend.
Forever. I dive as deep as 80 feet.
Wow.
I play golf and badminton. For the past 12 years, I am employed with the Government Service Insurance System. GSIS is a government-owned corporation that caters to the insurance, retirement separation benefits, and pension of government employees, and for the insurance of government properties. I would like to end my speech quoting Ralph Waldo Emerson. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Good evening.